Hello, all of you fabulous souls who are here watching this recording this month for the full moon healing experience that is occurring on Friday, August 28th at 4:18 a.m. Eastern Time. Again, this has been a very powerful summer where I've taken some personal time off for myself. I'm back to the grind in September with some rebranding and some updated marketing. And so everyone in my community is receiving this recording this month. It's not just for the VIP clients. And the reason why is because this is such a powerful eclipse energy that's been happening this month of August in 2026. And this full moon lunar eclipse is gonna be a doozy. So, again, I'll talk more about this during the recording. I'm going to encourage you to stay always until the very end because I just try to give as much information as possible at these monthly events. And I'm going to encourage you to share this video with your friends, anyone you care about, or who can benefit from the teachings that I am offering you. All right, so let's get started. And I'm going to share my screen right away because I have a presentation for everyone. Because some people like to learn visually, some people just like to hear the information, some people just want to know about the astrology. So everything is included. And when you're watching this recording, of course, you can always stop and go. All right, so let me move this down a little bit. Welcome to this month's full moon healing circle for embracing our intuitive downloads that many of us need to pay more attention to each month, especially when anything's being triggered by the moon, because the moon represents our intuition, right? How we receive messages from our subconscious, all right, which is the body of energy we cannot see, but we feel it. And so it's always good to slow down a little bit more, practice more self-care rituals, which I'll be talking about in this video, and to literally pay attention to what's coming up in your dreams, write things down, email yourself, do whatever you got to do so that you remember these big messages that are coming through for you. Okay, so let's get going. Again, here's my agenda. This is just for me to make sure when I'm creating my presentation each month, it flows for all of you guys so that my thoughts and my teachings aren't all over. I am a fellow Capricorn with a lot of Capricorn energy in my third house, which represents Gemini, template structures, teaching, and the passion for me of sharing my wisdom and knowledge. So let's get going. All right. So if this is your first time watching, or if you're here before, again, you might already know me. You might be new to this if someone has sent you this video. But I am your host, Tamron, and I am a women's wellness astrologer. And I am so passionate about teaching women how to use astrology as a wellness template so that you can be more emotional resilient, you can have stronger physical vitality, and you can evolve more spiritually. And I say that because I want to encourage you to always pay attention what's happening to the astrological sky. Remember, as above, so below. It's happening globally. It's happening some area of your life. if this theme is showing up for you, if you're paying attention. For everybody, it's going to be in a different area of your life. One of the 12 different areas that are represented by our lives in astrology. So, in order for you to understand which house, you'll need to know your exact birth time, which I will talk about later. But for these monthly gatherings, this is just the overall message that I know is showing up for you. So, also, if you are following me anywhere on social media, I've just been posting mainly on Facebook and Instagram right now because new social media platforms I'll be switching over to enhancing this fall. So I'll be back to doing more live videos. But for the summer, while I've been off, I've just been posting on social media regularly. All right. And posting on my new Facebook page called Women's Wellness Astrologer. You can look for me there. And reposting on my personal page, Tamaran J. Karam. That's me. And my YouTube channel, Inner Lights Academy TV. All right. So without further ado, everyone, let's get going. So, just some simple housekeeping suggestions. Again, these are what I use. I'm going to encourage you to do each time you come to these events or when you really need to tap into yourself. And it is grab a large glass of pure water. Now, again, spring water is best or some form of pure water. It's a little bit dry in here, so I'm going to take a sip. Plus, I've just come in from my walk after my bath. My hair is still wet, but hey, that's all good. You'll understand why. And I've also been adding, and I'll talk about this, is I've been adding a lot of high-grade peppermint essential oil into my water and also using a lot of high-grade peppermint essential oils lately. And I'll tell you why. But for right now, that's what's in my water. I'm going to always encourage you to use a blue pen when you're writing things down. I'm still old fashioned. I believe the magic really happens when we can tap into the downloads we're receiving, the messages, and using our hands and writing connects to the air element. It helps just to process what's coming through with the downloads. And blue is a very positive, healing, and protective color. I don't use black ink anymore. Once I learned that, I only use blue. So even when I get the free pens, I pass. I always look for blue. All right. If I can get a free blue pen somewhere, sign me up. I'm in. Okay. So these were actually gifted to me by my sister. Do you want any pens? I said, yes. Are they blue? Yes, I'll take a whole bunch. Thank you so much for my VIP events. All right. So a blank piece of paper. If you're typing into your phone or your laptop, that's great. But there's a reason why I'm going to encourage you to use paper, and I'll be sharing my template with you. Again, I print these out each month, so I'll be sharing that secret with you today. And as you can see, I've already filled mine out with my blue pen. I've been filling this out the last few days. And also to use a candle, light a candle, or even use some incense. Now, I've got just the little tip of my incense left in here. I've been burning this like crazy. It was even gifted to me by an awesome woman in the local community. We exchanged some gifts together. She harvests cedar wood, and also she does it with intention and with gratitude from the mother plant of cedarwood. And I'll be talking about cedarwood as we get through this video today, because it holds a lot of spiritual energy, and it really supports the feeling of community and being surrounded by others, even if it's just Mother Nature and the healing energy. I've got my cedar wood in here. This is what I burn my incense in, and or what I throw it in so it can keep burning so it doesn't ruin the cup. And there's significance to this cup even as well. It has a spiritual meaning for me. So I use it with intention. All right. And again, I'm going to encourage no alcohol or hallucinogenics during these rituals because I really want you to pay attention to your intuitive downloads that are coming in. All right. So that's each and every month, or even at all my events. That is a basic housekeeping rule. Okay, so what is a full moon? Now, remember, a lot of people who come to these events are not astrologers. You are my people. You are astrology lovers. You're curious about astrology. You don't want to become an astrologer, but you just want to learn how to tap into the energy of the astrological sky and how to use that. I mean, this is why I'm passionate about teaching, is just follow me. Just follow what I'm recommending because I'm doing it too. This is what I'm doing. So many people ask me, "Oh, what do you do? What do you do?" Come to these events, watch the recordings, and then you'll learn. So a lot of women asked me, "We don't understand what the full moon is." Okay, that's okay. I'm a bit of a nerd. I went to science, studied math. That's what astrology is, basically science and math. It's a language with glyphs. So the full moon is when the sun and the moon are in exact opposite positions in the astrological sky. Okay. So I'll be sharing an image with you. So just to remember that this is why we're so emotional, and if you're crying a lot or you're tearing up, it just means you're probably super sensitive or highly empathic. Okay. You are my peeps. This happens to me. So when the sun reflects off of the moon over here, it lights up the moon, and the moon is our subconscious and it regulates our emotional body and our feelings. So we just sense and feel things more strongly. Okay. This happens every 28 days because the moon, this is the sun or the earth. Okay. The earth is in the middle, the sun's over here, and the moon travels around, right? She goes past the sun. That's when it's a new moon and the sun and the moon are together. And then she comes around again 14 days later, and um, in the sky, they are above the earth. And so the sun and the moon are opposite. Okay. Remember that. You'll be reminded every single month. Okay, so I'm going to move this over here. Okay. Actually, it's cutting off a bit of the image. Let me move myself over there. Okay, so I've been having some technology issues lately, sharing just one image from this presentation, and today it's working. So, okay, this is what I'm going to share with you and explain what's happening in the astrological sky. Again, I'm not going to use too much terminology because you're not astrologers. So you're getting this recording early so that you understand what's going to be happening during the eclipse that is going to occur on Friday, August the 28th at 4:18 a.m. That is actually an error on the page. My bad. Okay. It's 4:18. Okay. So anyhow, yeah, that's all right. We'll just keep going. It's up in here at 4:18 a.m. Okay, so now, like I was saying, I want you to follow the blue little pointer over here on the right-hand side. So this is the universe, okay, where you see all the stars, you see all the different stars in the sky that make up the 12 different sun signs, the signs that are Aries and Taurus and Gemini and Cancer and Leo and Virgo and Libra and Scorpio and Sagittarius and Capricorn and Aquarius and Pisces. Okay, that's when you look up and you look around at night and you see all the stars. So you as the person here, this represents Earth in the middle. When you look up, you will see way over here that the sun down at the bottom is in the current astrological sign of Virgo, just moved into Virgo, and directly across in the sky, the moon, that's what this glyph represents, will be in the sign of Pisces. Okay, so pay attention. Pisces is a water sign ruled by the water element. Virgo is an earth sign. So they complement each other. They are opposing each other, but one cannot live without the other. So astrology is based on 4 elements. If you'll notice, there are 3 signs that are fire. We've got Aries, we've got Leo, we've got Sagittarius, we've got 3 that are earth, 3 that are air, and 3 that are water, which adds up to 12. Okay. So the reason why I'm sharing this, because I'll be talking about it later, I'll be pointing out that with these opposing elements, the sun, when the sun is in Virgo, think about people you know that are Virgos. It's all about structure, templates. It represents our health and wellness, our daily schedules, the things we have to plan and organize to get through the day. Also, this is the time of year where people tend to start thinking, okay, summer's ending, got to get back on track. I might have splurged a little bit, celebrated a little bit too much over the summer months with all the gatherings, family parties. And now it's time to focus on your health, right? Stick your hand up, right? This is happening for a lot of people. So the sun's over there, but the moon's in Pisces, and the moon represents our spirituality. It's ruled by a water element, and a water element is represented by the moon. Water is a sensitive element, so many of us are feeling the effect of this full moon, especially because what's also happening is there is an eclipse energy, and the eclipse is regulated by this glyph right here that is sitting in the sign of Aquarius, and opposing that, then that's the north node, which is the shadow of the moon. It's not a physical entity. And recently we had the solar eclipse in the sign of Leo. Okay. That's where the north node, the south node, where the opposite of the shadow of the moon was 2 weeks ago. So this is a very important theme. Okay. Now, these nodes of the moon, the north node and the south node, go in the opposite positions of the planet. And also, there is a theme that is showing up in your life where for the next 18 months, you're going to experience what is represented by the north node, the shadow of the moon, in the sign of Aquarius, because it's going to take 18 months to move through this, and Leo. So Leo represents how you shine in your life, how you take center stage, how you take up space. Okay. But with the other north node of the moon moving through Aquarius, the Aquarius represents the people, the others, community. And you need to find the balance of where you can be yourself and be authentic and be a part of something bigger where it's not just all about you. Okay. It's about what action steps, what it is that you are doing that holds others up or aligns or brings others together, as long as you're genuine and you're coming from your own heart and you're leading with integrity and authenticity, and you will align with others who are just like you. Okay. This has been a theme that's been going on for a while, but you're going to feel the shift if it hasn't already happened. This is where the next 18 months, you're going to notice that you really have to be authentic. You have to have strong, healthy boundaries. You have to stick your hand up or ask for what you want or take action and not blame others. Because if you didn't ask for what you want, you're most likely not going to get it. You must control your own destiny. Otherwise, you will call it fate. Carl Jung had a quote, something about that. Okay. You always have the power. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be nasty and angry, but if anything's being triggered lately, that's what I'm going to talk about also, is because some other planets that are moving in the sky have been triggering these feelings around anger in our relationships. And that has been because Mars is in the sign of Cancer. All right. Mars represents passion, but sometimes we can feel angry and agitated because when Mars is in the sign of a water sign, they don't complement each other. Okay. So it can feel like things are getting bottled up inside of you and you need a release. You need a way to understand why you're feeling frustrated, because there's something within you that you need to speak up about. Okay, so when I talk about the remedies and the herbs and things that I'm going to recommend, it's going to help to reduce the feelings of anger so that you feel more balanced in that frustration. And I'm going to encourage you to pay attention what's coming up so you can go, oh, yeah, that's why I'm feeling that way, is because I needed to step up to the plate and ask for what it is that I need. Okay. So that's been a very common thing. And also lately in the videos, for a couple of months now, I've also been talking about how Venus is being triggered with a lot of this energy. And she's now in the sign of Libra. So Libra wants harmony and peace, but Mars has been causing a lot of this frustration and anger, right? Because Venus rules money, our sexual energy, and she's also about our relationships. So the themes that have been showing up in the past little while, and they're going to keep showing up for a few more months until we find the balance in this, is to find the equality within our relationships around valuing our time, our worth, and our money. Okay. And also, because this is being triggered by this eclipse, I want you to think about what storyline has showed up in your life that was triggered 18 years ago when the nodes of the moon were in Leo and Aquarius at that time. And now 18 years later, they're showing up again, because it's what did you learn over these past 18 years, either in your personal life or if you're entrepreneurial in your business. All right. Because they tend to attract a lot of women, especially who are entrepreneurial. So this is the theme. We're going to recap at the end, but this is how it's been playing out for me, for the people I've been speaking to. And so It's just time. So think 2008-ish was the preview. It was the little pieces of things, almost like like a movie clip of all the little things that you've done over the past 18 and a half years, where now it's they can gather all that wisdom and knowledge and stand up and have the courage to ask for what you value in yourself, because now we're all ready for the big show. Okay, the real show, because you've been in preview, just little bits and things. Okay, so that is the storyline. I encourage everyone to take some time out, really reflect on these stories and common themes that have been coming up for everyone, what's even happening globally and collectively, because we're going to see a lot of old systems and things happening, coming down. I call it the changing of the guards, where things are just going to happen globally because they're overdue. Their time is done. Okay. So now let's get rocking and rolling. Okay, so again, a little bit about me, about why I do this, when it started. If you're new here, these little healing circles on the full moon began way back in 2015 for me. And this was part of when I launched my physical business, a brick and mortar business, when I actually bought the building and registered my own business in 2007 and 2008. So, I'm getting warm in here. Okay, so I opened a business, which was brick and mortar, and it had 2 floors. The bottom was where it was an old building, an old general store, and I renovated it. And we used the downstairs area as a takeout for handmade, organic, vegan food that was mainly raw food. So it was fresh made smoothies, fresh made organic juices, salads, desserts, and just some light takeout meals. I sold a lot of books. I sold a lot of herbs and herbal teas and a few high-end supplements that we were using in the smoothie bar, and recommended some books that I was reading, and just some little foods where people could start preparing food on their own. But upstairs, I really wanted to offer more coaching for clients. But I was still taking a lot of courses and classes and getting a lot of testimonials for clients. And I was passionate about studying herbal remedies and the healing properties behind herbs for the herbal teas. That's what I had over here. I used Bach flower essences, which you see in the background. I got certified in that. And understanding the healing properties of plants. Okay. However, I didn't have a business plan, but I was studying a lot of things. So this is my preview, okay? All these things that I was doing. But I always gathered testimonials. That was one thing that I started doing very early on. I started a weekly newsletter. I finally got on social media, started learning about that, so on and so forth. Then one day around 2015, when I was on the local radio station, my producer said to me, "Why don't you gather women together, a place where we can talk?" Because when I used to go in and do my live radio uh, show every Tuesday night, she was always fascinated by what was happening, and I'd be telling her stories, and she sensed my energy and whatever. And she even wanted to come and hang out with me that wasn't at the radio station. So it was her idea. We decided to do it around the full moon. And I started inviting some of my staff, some of my friends, local women in the community, a lot of women who were the holistic health coaches, so on and so forth. And we started gathering together. And I started intuitively putting together these rituals and templates, and I didn't even know anything about astrology. So I was already getting these spiritual downloads. And this is how I came up with the template, right? I didn't even know anything about the elements, but this is what I was writing down. So we started doing it. And so women started coming back each month, and I started gathering testimonials. And so this is when they began. And then when I shut down the business in 2016, it was because I wanted to do more storytelling. A lot of people were telling me, you're a writer, you're a speaker, but I really wanted to be in the online space. I didn't want the physical building anymore. It was too much. My kids were away in school. I felt like I needed to shift my business model, but still the online world was still fairly new. You know, people weren't on Zoom or whatever. That didn't really happen until the lockdown. But I moved to Northern Ontario, and I started spending more time at my property on a camp out on a lake, basically out in the middle of nowhere, so that I could, figure this out. And lo and behold, later on, when COVID happened, a couple of years later, lockdown occurred. I pretty much stayed there because everybody had to go somewhere. And I didn't really come out of the COVID bubble again until around 2022, 2023-ish, because there was still a lot of uncertainty. So I pretty much lived in the woods by myself, right? Surviving in the woods. Okay. But I still managed to do these healing circles live in small outdoor spaces, which you'll see a photo of later. And also when I got on Zoom and I started doing them on Zoom. Okay. So this is when it began. And ladies, we are still offering them. So again, writing things down. I was smudging everybody when they came in the room, right? We were focused on ourselves. I'm going to talk about that in a minute when I share the template, and using some of these remedies to help us connect with what we were feeling so that we could release it and let things go, right? So that's why women kept showing up and coming back. So this was my first testimonial, and it came from Ida. And she wrote, I don't know how this works, but every time I attend this event, whatever I write down always seems to happen, right? So she comes back for more. Okay, so I'm going to share my secrets with you, what I do, what we started, and I'm going to encourage you to do this, whether you come back again or you're following me on social media. A lot of people do this. Everybody's got their own little take, but I try to keep it based on the elements of astrology, the 4 elements. Okay. So again, I want you to pay attention to your feelings. Embrace anything that's coming up, even as a collective, like, what are people feeling out there that maybe you're picking up on too? Or even in your dreams. For me, that's why I keep my phone next to me so that even when I wake up, I did it again this morning. My dreams have been so intense this month. From this eclipse energy, I've been sleeping more. I've been taking more time out for myself, not feeling guilty because I knew that even I'm going through this big shift as well. And so when I wake up in the morning and I can still remember my dream, I literally email myself, okay, what was actually happening in the dream? Then I can get up and get on with my day. And then when I've got some time to sit down and write about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's happening in my real life. So what is it that I've been feeling? And when I do that, I write it down on my sheet, right? And that's how I can go and look and say, okay, what remedy, what natural solution am I going to use to help me shift that so I can get to the other side of it? or to find the silver lining in that. Okay, that's been coming up. So for me, there's been a lot of anger and frustration. Again, it's being triggered by Venus and Mars. Okay, but it's to help us. It's to help us evolve and to just shift that. Okay. So again, one of the things I love to do at all of my events is pass down my wisdom and knowledge. Where did I learn all this stuff? So again, one of the reasons why I encourage you to come to these events or watch these videos or to show up live is because when you start focusing on what's happening for you and you get in the habit of following these templates and writing things down, that whenever you're participating in this, hosting what I'm offering, your energy is a part of the energy of me, of everyone who's watching, or if we're doing this live, your energy, your focused energy becomes a part of the energy of everybody that's a part of this. And so it gets magnified. And that's why it's going to happen for you. That's why women keep coming back or they keep watching these videos. They can't wait for them to come out. And the reason why is because of what they call the Maharishi effect. I learned about this from Joe Vitale when he interviewed the Hawaiian healer, and he wrote a book about him, about the Ho'opono prayer in the Hawaiian book. I can't remember what it was called. But anyways, this is where I learned about the definition. And it is the phenomenon in which large groups of people effectively spark positive change by focusing on a common goal. The common goal is to just focus on you. When meditating or praying together on a common outcome, meaning wanting that release to happen, you and others can collectively tap into this energy field that we're all creating of abundance and start eliminating the common blocks and patterns that we're all going through at this time. So this is based on math, karma, science, E squared, meaning when one person comes to this, even me hosting, it's the energy of one, whatever I'm writing down. When you add another person's energy, it's not the energy of 1 + 1 = 2. It's E squared. It's 1 squared. 1 × 10. We learned this in school. It's the energy of 10. And when you add a third person, it's 10 multiplied by 10. It's the energy of 100. Okay. When you add a fourth person, it's 100 multiplied by 10. It's the energy of 1,000. So on and so forth. So if you write something down, your energy is multiplied by everybody who shows up for this. Okay. Your prayers are going to be magnified, and whatever you're focusing on is going to be released. Okay. This is why it works. That's why people come together and pray and meditate. Okay. So, astrological secret number 2 is I'm going to share my template with you on the screen so you can tap into your intuition, take your time, write it down, and draw in the energy and use the 4 elements of my template as a guidance system for you. So you can pause the video, you can take a photo of this. When people come to my live VIP retreats, which is my high level ticket, oh, you're going to get one of these anyways. Okay. But for this level of you joining, here's the template on the screen. So I'm going to encourage you to write down whatever feelings have been coming up for you. So for me, like I said, a lot of feelings of anger and frustration. Okay. I'm releasing mental thinking patterns. This is our Mercury mind, our logical mind, right? Feelings come from the heart. Our thinking patterns, what we're thinking about over and over and over, needing to prove my worth. As a woman, I'm just sick and tired of needing to prove what I'm worth to other people based on time. based on hourly energy. I'm 62 years old. I have a lot of wisdom to share. I don't share by the hour. It's based on my wisdom, my time, how I can package it and support people, how I can offer different levels of coaching and trainings to people to support you guys. Okay. Releasing behavioral patterns of cutting cords and also using rituals. Releasing patterns of cutting cords and the rituals that I'm using. Okay. So these are the tools that I use. So this is how we're going to cut cords from people. So I've been posting things on social media just by filling out this template. It's a cord you're cutting. You're releasing something from the past. And I'm releasing these limited beliefs about how I earn a living. This is 2026. It's an online world. We don't have to go to work and go work for somebody to earn a living. This is what I've been working on for the last 18 years. Women and older people don't understand the younger generation or even how to make a living online. So I've been having to repeat myself over and over and to people until they get it. Okay. So that's what's been happening for me. So I've been smudging a lot with cedarwood because cedarwood has this protective energy. That's what cedarwood represents. So even though I can feel supported by community of spirit, so that even if I'm going through the shifts in my own personal life, I still feel supported. And it gives me that feeling to keep going. Okay. So that's why I've been using cedarwood. I've been using peppermint essential oil a lot. And the reason why is peppermint. I've been using it for my digestion. So my digestion's not getting stuck. So things are flowing. I've been using it on here, my third eye, on the back of my neck. I've had some sinus things happening because I've had a lot of things clearing in my physical body. So again, if you're just feeling stuck and really like, ugh, peppermint is really good, supports your digestion. It helps to open these energy centers and the intuitive downloads come in. Okay. If you need to stay calm and sleep better, chamomile tea, lemon balm. Okay, I use that in the evening. So that's what I've been sharing as well on social media. And also, the story that has been coming up that I wrote down here and what I've been writing about is what was the preview that started 2008 and now is happening and getting ready for the big show in 2026. Okay, I encourage you to use this template. Also, astrological secret number 3, take a picture of your written notes and keep it in a safe place, such as your phone or in some sort of file for future reflection if you want, because I guarantee in 6 months' time, when the sun and the moon are exactly in exact opposite positions in the sky, the sun will be in Pisces, okay? And it will be the end of winter. We'll be moving into spring. I guarantee you'll have already been shifted into something on here and you've been fully released what you wrote down, and you'll be in a new headspace emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. Okay. So I'm going to encourage you to take a photo of it, keep it on your phone. I'll show you on my screen. And then you're going to do something with this if you want with a piece of paper. And I'm going to share that in a minute. Okay. So there is an example where in the past, I keep a photo of my full moon. We're going to pull a card from Colette Baron Reed's deck to give everyone, including myself, a spiritual message for this full moon eclipse. And I'm going to do that right now. And I've studied with her, I've taken her course, and so I've already shuffled the deck, I've smudged it. So if a card doesn't pop out, we're just going to take what's happening on the top. So this is the one, and Oh, I love the numbers. 33, chaos and conflict is what's showing on the card. And look at that, a horse. This is the fire horse energy, feng shui. Okay. So there's a little bit of chaos and conflict happening, but that's not negative. Okay. 33, that's also a number of the messenger. And even this full moon is being triggered by the nodes of the moon actually in the sign of Pisces, and Pisces represents the point in the star. I'm gonna show you again on the screen where the moon for this full moon activation is actually lining up with the archangel Raphael, who is a fixed star, and he's the messenger of the gods, and he's ruled by number 3. Okay, so 3 plus 3 together, if you like your numerology, it is a 6. However, I'm going to read you the message for this, and we're going to embrace this. Okay. The essential meaning is disarray and being at cross purposes with another. The tension of opposites, okay? The value of chaos before order. Order. So we need this tension to happen in order for the shift to come. Okay, so the message is opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become unmoored by it, scattered to the winds. You have behind the parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Okay, I don't make this stuff up. Okay, although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes and chaos leads to reorder of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation and look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. Okay. So that's why, again, anger and frustration, just stay calm. Listen more than you speak over the next couple of days. Just allow the dust to settle. Okay. This is a big energy that's happening in the astrological sky. Okay. So again, this is a video that's usually or a gathering that's usually for my VIP clients where they've already purchased a basic soul to soul wellness consultation. It's $147 plus tax. They've already had a basic reading. So again, you can reach out. You can still get that at a low ticket price where you only get that price at my events. Or you may know someone, or you may want to consider joining my 3-month astrological wellness program that is going to be in effect this fall, where we can go deeper into your own astrological birth chart to offer more personalized, empowering astrological insights and wellness tips along with the practical strategies, right? So you get even more templates to help you align with your daily and your weekly habits according to your unique astrological birth chart so that you can achieve the stronger emotional health and the physical vitality to keep going through the big challenge that is occurring in your life. Again, this is a 90-day program. It's a 3-month journey. It's still a very low ticket offering right now because it's kind of my beta program with my rebranding as I put together the new website, so on and so forth. So you'll get the recommended personalized wellness solution. So you don't need to know your exact time. your daily wellness templates that are put together by me based on your unique astrological birth chart, your one specific detailed action step based on a main element always keeps you back on track, because your chart's going to show me one element that's always going to be your go-to whenever you feel whacked. It's like, oh, Cameron said, just do this. Okay. You get bi-weekly coaching calls with me, 6 in total, whether you're in the group class, 5 to 6 of us, or you're in the private mentorship, just one-on-one. Plus, you get continued VIP invitations to future full moon experience and other master classes that I'm hosting each month. Okay, with that, you get a bonus item. So you get a little daily wellness kit that I've created based on your chart. It gets mailed to you. It's going to have some specific natural remedies in there, little gifts from me. It comes to you in the mail, and over the 3 months, I'm going to teach you how to implement it. So by the 3 months, you're going to be like, oh, I can follow this. You know, this is what I do in the morning, what I do in the afternoon, at night, so on and so forth, what I do in the full moon, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Plus, you're going to get the free VIP tickets to my virtual live streams, which is my virtual 3-day retreats that happen 3 to 4 times a year. So you can join me virtually. And that's valued at 4,997 Canadian. Okay, so you get to follow me on Zoom. I'll be live doing it, but you can follow along and participate and watch the recordings. So if this is interesting to you, you can book a free 30-minute astrological wellness breakthrough session with me. I'm going to give you the link. Here it is on the screen. It'll show up for you. Or you can email me directly, because my calendar is most likely going to show that there's no time right now because it actually hasn't been updated for the fall yet. So you can email me directly here. I can be flexible at some dates. And lastly, again, the final step is to take your piece of paper that you're written, and I want you to throw it into a fire, or take a lighter and burn it. Okay, burn it safely outside, and consider your prayers heard by universe, the God, whatever you want to call it, as done. It's heard. Your prayers have been put out there, okay, and they've been magnified by the other people. A lot of women ask me some secrets. This is, again, while my hair is wet, connect with the water element. Give yourself a bath. This is an amazing thing to do during the full moon or any type of new moon. It connects with our water element. It helps to balance our hormones. It helps to slow the body down. So again, you can take a picture of this using Epsom salts, baking soda, essential oils for a full moon. I always recommend lemongrass essential oil, high grade, and to use frankincense, high grade essential oil. Okay. Lemongrass can really help to release anything from the past. It's great in the bath. You'll feel like, whoa, I just stepped into a new reality. Frankincense, I still use every day under my tongue. So it's a very spiritual energy where you feel protective. And again, my personal brand of high grade essential oils that I use is doTERRA. I've got them here. Well, you can see even behind me, I've got my certification and training. I've been using that since February, that brand since 2016. So I will talk about that during our 90-day program. If you'd like any further information to how I support you through my teaching efforts, and you want the specific high grade essential oils, again, I will give you my affiliate link on the private call together. There was no pressure to buy every month. You're just going to order what it is you need, and we're going to start implementing them into your wellness routine. Okay. If you want to buy another brand, you can, but you're paying for the knowledge and the wisdom. Okay. not for the oils. Okay, so again, the oils even get shipped to your home. They don't come from me. All right. So again, just to recap, this is a lunar eclipse, and that moon in Pisces, like I said, is going to be conjunct the royal star of Archangel Gabriel. Okay. And so this is a part of the node energy that's happening. Pay attention to those massive downloads you be getting, the messages he's going to send you in your dreams. Make sure you've got your journal, email yourself, write that stuff down, because you want to stay open. And this full moon, because of Gabriel, is about the revelations, those aha moments you might get. So, Gabriel is traditionally the messenger, the one who announces something that changes the direction of the story. It's been associated astrologically with spirituality, inspiration, idealism, and what some astrologers describe as knowledge or wisdom arriving from above. Okay. Let it happen for you, everyone. Okay. So pay attention to your dreams. All right. So, this message is, with Gabriel also conjunct the moon facing, and he's ruled by Mercury. So that's how you get your messages, ruled by writing things down. And, and Mercury is also going to be conjunct the sun. He's going to be sitting beside the sun. So this creates a beautiful polarity between Pisces, what am I intuitively receiving, and that Virgo energy, okay, because of where Mercury is and what are the facts telling me. So it's not just about our intuition, but what are the facts? What do you need to see as well? And so this is why over the next few days, trust your intuition, but also allow it to reveal the messages, then allow discernment to interpret it. Okay. So this could be extremely important around this eclipse. It's like, what are the facts? Okay. So this might show up. Something that was confusing from the past might make more sense now. A conversation, a memory, a dream, new information, right? Someone to understand something. You might understand it now, the way how everything unfolded. It might fit with a theme about what hidden for information did you not know at the time. And instead of judging that earlier version of yourself, forgive the people that were involved. This can give us that opportunity to look back to those situations and stories with compassion. This is about Pisces. And it was to happen based on what everybody knew at the time. Okay, so it's not about changing the past, it's about changing the meaning. So in business, it might show up for your healers. This is, maybe what you're supposed to be teaching, what's shifting, or you're outgrowing the way you've communicated your work. It might show up as a message from a client or an unexpected conversation or something, a new idea can help put the pieces together, right? Because of this energy, again, receive it, write it down, discern it with the facts, organize it, and then have time to implement it. Okay. This is the energy of this eclipse. And again, the lesson of this full moon is, what information do I understand today that I couldn't have known then? What if I could stop just judging myself for what happened and everybody and just forgive yourself? What messages do you keep getting in your dreams or in your conversations or your synchronicities? What are you ready to forgive or release? Right? This is a redirection that's happening, and it might be redirecting you somewhere new, okay, over these next 18 months. So again, stay connected, watch in your inbox for the invite or the video for the next new moon intention. We're going to get in 2 weeks because I'll still be on holidays. And this is the sturgeon moon. So again, smudge, use your cedar wood that I've been using. Think about these old stories. Think about the resilience. That's what the sturgeon moon represents, the big fish of Pisces, right? the longevity, the resilience, and the depth, and what we've uncovered over the last 18 months, that we need to look deep within ourselves and the transition that we're all going through and collectively on the planet. Where are we ready to make some changes? And sometimes that message isn't new information, it's just finally being ready to be understood and information that was there all along. So, again, thank you for participating. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. I value your time. I value when you share this information with others. And again, I will be back in the fall with live events, and I will see everyone then. Thank you so much for listening. Cheers for now. Bye bye.